Welcome back to another guitar production arranging lesson. Now, we've looked at a pop rock song and made it big and wide and all that stuff. Well, now, does this apply to rock and roll or metal roll or hard rock? I don't know what that song is that we're looking at. It's called Scar Me Up. Vocals by my good friend Adrian O'Shaughnessy. This is kind of the opposite to the other song because we're not layering. We really have a riff that's busy enough as it is. And I'm going to show you how to record with that. Not actually. I'm going to show you how to, I don't know, there's nothing to show. Hard, left and right, have a good sound, play it well, you're done. I think the core of this lesson is this whole quad tracking. As someone who has done this for years and years and years, let me tell you, if you're doing quad tracking, what is quad tracking? Well, you're doubling a part, left and right, and then you pick a different amp, different cab, different whatever, and you're doing it again. What happens is you're just muddying it up. It's a crutch. It's what you do when your sound isn't good, when you don't know what sound you need, when your sound is too mid-staffed and doesn't cut through the mix, when it's not low enough in the bottom end. You're trying to help it by stacking sounds on top of each other. What you're doing is muddying it up. And I mean, it's fun to play it 4 times versus 2 times, but it's not helping. Trust me, I have produced tons of albums and I've done this. And now I'm doing 2 guitars, 1 hard left, 1 hard right. If you look at, where are we here? My Asparion D700 controller. Isn't that a nice shot? But let's see, we need it from the top right here. Thank you. Here's electric guitar 1 and 2. These 2 babies. And look what happens. All the way left, all the way right. And that's about it. There's a 3, 4, 5. I mean, we don't really use these. This is the group. And that's it. So the main thing are these 2 guitars. And then we're giving it some 3-dimensionality, some depth by just layering a clean guitar. But that happens later. And I'll show you that as well. The rest, that's it. There's bass right about here. And there's red distorted bass. So let me play that for you. Double click on solos, by the way. I mean, they did this for me. This is not standard. They will do whatever you need when you buy one of these, and they work with you, and they listen to you, and they build you a script that does what you want. So double click, no more solo. Here's my bass. So absolute DI. Right here, and then the thing doubled through a Marshall Plexi without low end, and you put them together. Right now, this thing is behaving weirdly because this isn't solo and it doesn't show you. So there's something off. Let's try this again. Solo, solo. Hey, what's going on here? The part is clearly a part that doesn't need a lot of layering. It's kind of inspired by Blackstone Cherry. They had like a drop D thing. Something like this. And let me show you how I got the sound. Again, this is one sponsored, not sponsored. They don't know I'm doing more of these videos by Blackstar. And they are pretty brilliant St. James plugin. So I'm using the St. James 6L6. I have not changed anything on the cab rig except for putting the mics on axis instead of off axis. Because that doesn't give me a lot of low end, a lot of bite, I'm sorry. And now putting them on axis. This is, of course, the Nick Huber Heidi. Because of the mountain in it, according to Leslie. Yes, it's a good guitar. I mean, come on! Look at this flamed Okume body. I didn't change mics or cabs at all. I'm in channel 2 and I'm not even boosting it. Maybe I should. Let me see. No, I like the mids. I like the mids in there. And I'm not going to go one on the left and one on the right because it's completely going to skew your mix. Whatever you record on the left, record on the right. Someone said, well, I just got this comment. I have an EVH. Should I buy, I think it was an angle. Should I buy an angle to put it on the right side? No, you shouldn't. Same thing, just a different performance. As close as possible, as you will see. I have no effects, but I turned on the EQ because it was a little bit dull. Listen. So, as I talked about in my big recargatorting video, guitar recording video, boost 5K. And this all comes out of this thing just this way. Done. So, that's my main riff. And then an approach chord, which is a secondary dominant to the D. It's an A over C sharp. This is all in D. Drop D. That's the main riff times 2. And it's fast. Now, how do you add heaviness? How do you add size? Well, you go slower. And what I did is do a semi kind of 3 feel. Kind of like a waltz within the constraints of my speed, because I'm still at 170 in 4/4. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2. That's what's happening. I'm doing a 3. So that kind of slows it down. If you boom ba boom ba boom ba it'll sound like it's slowing it down. It's called kind of metric modulation or rhythmic modulation. And then in the chorus, I'm slowing it down even more by doing halftime. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 instead of 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Okay, so it's even slowed down more. And so what the verse is doing, we're doubling that. And I'm keeping that theme. Don't make it too complicated. I'm keeping that theme, but to make it musical, we're changing chords. Now I'm going to the 1. That was the 6 minor. I'm going to the 1. That's the 1 power chord, F. Major 7. And I'm doing the da da da. And then that's a C. That's a G minor. That's the 2. So I'm keeping that theme. So realistically, what I'm doing. D minor, D minor, D minor, F major 7, C, G. So it's a 6 minor, 1, 5, 2. Really simple, but it's actually something you can sing over because there's something going on. And then the chorus. Remember when we talked about going wide to opening it up? That's not just more gain. That's not just louder. It is most certainly not a blast beat. Okay? Go wide. Go wide in terms of spacing of the drums. Halftime is going wider. And I go wider in terms of notes. Wait, what is it? I'm not just doing that F, I'm actually doing wide, see? That's actually a D major 7, which is kind of cool. So I'll record the whole thing now, hopefully correctly, onto a track. And so on. I fucked up twice there in the end. And before the chorus, it's actually an A major, again, as a secondary dominant for those of you that have bought the songwriting course, which you should. Link below. That teaches you all that shit. And we're going to double this thing exactly, hopefully, with all the mistakes. And I'm done. I'm technically done. This is completely panned hard left and right. Gonna give it a little bit more level here. And as it comes out of the software, it's pretty much the sound I want. So the major trick is play it right, which I would have had to play it two more times to do it right, and have the right sound to begin with. Do you really think that this needs more now, other than bass, drums, and those two guitars? Do I need to quad track that? Do you think it would add anything? Doesn't that sound huge already? And I'm gonna guarantee you that these two little tracks here, which do very, very, very little, add a lot. So what do they add? Remember in the second video, which you didn't see, maybe you did, when we talked about getting it wide, making the arrangement bigger in terms of note range. We're doing that right here. What is this? It's... So that's what's happening. I'm just outlining that D minor. I'm just doing a D minor. Just doing a D minor with the third, 9. No more than that. I'm doing exactly what the other guitars are doing. That's an F, so I'm literally doing an F. I'm just playing clean versions of those chords. C? C probably. What? What's G? I'm doing the G minor. So it's just actually outlining the chords. And what is the other guitar doing? Remember in the first and second lesson, we talked about outlining a melodic aspect and just reinforcing it subtly. So we were doing... So it's... And I think that's exactly what this is doing. With some drive, so we're going to kick in some drive here. By the way, this is all like, pretty high-end tube amps, and can you tell that all I did right now to get pretty much exactly the same sound, I just clicked this. I was here, and I'm doing this. Boom. Not because they pay me. I am very impressed with the Braxtars and James plugin. Honestly, possibly more than the actual amps. I mean, bang for the buck, yes. So that's what's going on. On the left and on the right, I'm adding the harmonic aspect high. I'm going wide in arrangement, and I'm underlining the theme. So that major 7 on the D is really weird because it shouldn't be there. So I'm outlining that. Okay, that needs to be emphasized. And that's what that guitar is doing. And then... And that's the 5th of the F. So we got a nice line cliche going on, as they call it in arranging. The James Bond thing, which that isn't it, but And if you listen to the octave of it, again, I'm doing things in octaves. I mean, very simple, they're really. And again, it's that G minor again. I'm doing this. So it's... to outline that, and with everything together... So you're really adding the thirds and stuff and the cool ear candy notes to the powerful stuff. Clean stuff or slightly driven stuff can absolutely help to get clarity in the nice notes. If that's really what's happening here. If I turn these off, let's do this. Let's listen without. It's there, it's rocking, but the depth is missing, and the pad, it doesn't float, and it goes into this part, and it should all of a sudden elevate you. So that little bit of octave chord up here is making a huge difference. So, what have we learned? Think three-dimensional. Outline the important theme in your riff and double that in an octave, maybe clean, maybe with some effects. I would say, and you're going to disagree with me, do not quad track. I think it is just the poor man's trying to accommodate for shitty sounds. If you have a good sound and you know how to play your part, I have learned that one left, one right is more than enough. And then you put this in the mix where it's supposed to be. The quad track, I don't see it. It's more work than you should put in, and in the end, it's just going to be dirty. I've done it for a long time in my musical career, and I've learned my lesson. This song has one guitar part left and right and a little bit of clean shade, and that's it. And I don't think it needs more. So, and then of course, good vocal and all that stuff. And again, outline the important parts and put some harmony in there. Those chords are all fine and they're heavy, and in your heaviness with all the distortion, you don't necessarily want harmony. By the way, distortion, don't go overkill on the drive. It's not necessary. And put some tinkly stuff up there, some nice stuff. Thank you too thanks around Blackstar for suggesting I use their plugin for these videos, because it made it so much easier than going with all these amps. They're brilliant amps, and I've got things here to use. But when you're limiting yourself to a palette, as you could clearly see, we could go from pop rock clean to big open chords in the second lesson to, rockin' maybe borderline metal stuff with the same plugin. I think the Blackstar St. James is a great way to start and have a great palette that gets you to making music, because I want more go to the black amp. I want less go to the brown, let's call it brown amp. I want some effects, bam. I want to push it a bit, put the tube screamer on. It's very, very easy to get to where you need to go. If you need special things, you can always put them on later, or like an octafuzz, put it in front of your chain. That's it from here. I'll put links below to the Blackstar plugin. This Nekuba you can't buy, but you can buy other Nekubas online. Look it up if you want to sell a kidney. And thanks to Asparion for the really, really awesome DAW controller. This is 24 channels that actually fit on my desk. It's not inexpensive, but it's really, really cool to have the ability to just grab something right there. And they're, colored, and you can do many things with this. I can go to sends and boing. Now it's showing me the sends right there, which are going probably to a room, and the monitor, I don't know where that's going. So yeah, this is very cool. Thank you, Asparion, for that. That's called product placement, and that's what I do. Links below and animals at the end.